Welcome everybody back to A&M in the AM, episode 6. I'm back here with my buddy Moore.
Hi.
We're in this is our second podcast now in our studio here. So
And you can hear me.
yeah, and then now we fixed his mic so you can hear him better. I think we mentioned at the end of the video that there was probably some issues with it, but now we got him.
Figured it out.
We got him a different mic, so things will work out. So I think from now on we'll be good. All we can do here is get improvements.
I hope so. Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. It's only up, really.
Yeah. Now over the past week, I think since our last A&M, there hasn't been much in sports. The MLB is still going back and forth with their players. I know we're going to talk about that, and there's a couple other different issues with MLB. The NBA, I think we're going to talk about. Yeah, the NBA has come out with more dates and then more things about the playoffs that are going to happen, things with the teams. And then we got a little
a new segment.
Yeah, a hometown type of thing that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Something that's going on in our hometown that I personally have been attending the past 2 weeks, and I felt as though we should finally talk
Becoming
about
the biggest fan, really.
Yeah, I am. I'm a coach of one of the.
Oh.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it
Coach
there.
/ social media manager.
Yeah. I actually I had to type Brendan.
Yeah, he told me.
He done it.
He told me. I told him I knew there was no way he typed all that himself.
No, because he messaged me earlier in the day and he was like, "Hey, will you type it out?" And I was like, "Well, maybe I'll do it before work. Maybe I'll do it after." And I was like, "I'll just do it after." And I came home and I was watching my 13 Reasons Why, and I was typing it up. And then I had to go watch the live stream of the game and clip the things for him.
They stream it?
Yeah, they stream it on their Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he didn't do any of that. I'm the social media manager, and we'll get to I'm the social media manager of after the first two topics here. But starting off, we got the MLB, and like we've said in our probably 20 episodes of the podcast we did, the MLB is a mess. Still a mess, always will be a mess. I mean, the only bright spot we got for the MLB is the draft coming up on today, Wednesday.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's Christmas Day, everybody.
So the Tigers going to be picking Torkelson, correct? I think we predicted that.
Of course.
We predicted that in our video
It's
on
like
Monday.
Zion and Joe Burrow. You knew months ago.
But the thing with the MLB right now is that they can't come to an agreement on the games. Their original offer was the 82 games. Players receive $1.03 billion in salary and then $200 million if the playoffs are played. Now they're at the current offer. The league. This is the league's offers. Now the league's current offer is 76 games. Players receive $989 million in salary, then $443 million if the playoffs are played. Plus, there's no draft picks or no direct draft pick composition. So, I mean, they're getting more money if they make the playoffs. That's basically what this deal is. Their current deal. You're being rewarded if you make the playoffs at this point. But the first deal was everyone is basically rewarded, and they're getting double what they would have gotten from the first offer if you make the playoffs.
I saw though that with all of that going on, they also set it up to where how the players wanted the 100-something games.
Yeah.
And the owners wanted the 80 or 50 or whatever. That if they played the 114 or so, that the owners would only be losing $5 million anyway. So there's no point. I don't know why they're still fighting over $5 million. I mean, like, it's not the main thing, but yeah. They also are like $5 million is just like you're signing another player.
Wait, was it $5 million or $5 billion?
Million.
Oh, that's like nothing for each owner.
Yes, each team.
That's like nothing.
That's like signing another player.
Because I remember at the beginning of all this, they were saying that the owners alone were going to be losing $3 billion. Yeah, and everything.
You'd think they would take $5 million over $3 billion, but you know.
And this is a significant less number if that's true then, because $5 million an owner. Let's time this out here. 30. That's $150 million. That's nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, my source is credible.
Who's your source?
Pat McAfee.
Okay, Pat McAfee. Is his source Jeff Passan?
It might have been. He didn't say.
No, I was watching Tuesday morning. I was watching for a little bit, and he was saying something about how the players could go on strike.
Yes,
And
they could.
he was saying how what are they gonna do? They go on strike on the field. The batter would just stand in the box, and the pitcher would just stand on the mound and not do anything for 3 hours. And then they're saying, well, he was saying, well, my source is correct because it was Jeff, and he was like, I had to confirm with him 5 times to make sure he said this somewhere else, so we weren't breaking the news.
Yeah,
but,
make sure it wasn't Jet Passan telling him it.
No, but I mean, from what I've seen, is that MLB could force the players to play, and that's why they would have to protest or not protest, but protest on the field basically.
Yeah, they were also saying that it could possibly be to where if they do play a little bit this year, that it could just end up being a sit out next year or the year after because the money would still be an issue.
Oh, it will be, because I mean, you got guys like Trout, Bryce Harper that are signed to these $100 million of deals that they're gonna have 80 million of that just disappeared, or basically. Some not that extreme of a number, but you know.
I mean, I wouldn't feel bad for them either, as bad as it sounds. Being a Bryce Harper fan and all, I wouldn't feel bad for them because they have all the sponsorships to make up for it.
But still, I mean, that's like you losing.
I know it's your money and like you deserve it, but
I mean, you worked your whole life for that big contract.
I'm not crying over millions.
But that would mean Miguel losing money too.
Yeah, he's got enough too. He could buy Venezuela right now if he wanted to.
No, I remember when he originally got his contract. They were saying that his contract alone, because how much was it? It was 10 years, like
200 something.
Yeah, and they're saying that he could buy the city of Detroit out of debt.
Oh yeah.
With it was with that like it wasn't like anything else. It was if they took that money and gave it to the city of Detroit, they would have been out of debt at that moment alone, and they would have had just.
For sure, could have.
So it's crazy to think that players like this are getting that. I get what you're trying to say. Now it's crazy that players are getting that kind of money when guys like Miguel got 200 something, and it could have bought the city of Detroit out of debt, which is insane.
That's why I think it was the president or whatever they call it in Venezuela was going after him and his family trying to get money.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a while ago. He was scared for his family and he couldn't go back home because they were just going to capture him.
Capture him?
Or keep him in, whatever.
So if the current offer doesn't go through with the Players Association, I think this is kind of like the last resort option where the MLB would, like I said a couple minutes ago, force the players to play. It's the 48-game option. You go back to the 1.03 billion in salary, but no playoff money. So they would just be getting their base season salary with nothing else.
I mean, whatever works. It's not going to make much of a difference because, I mean, were they expanding the playoffs?
Yes, I don't think they had officially said they were, but they were thinking about expanding it to something like, I want to say 12, or how much is it right now? Is it 12 teams make it fully?
I think so, yeah.
So they would be expanding to 16 teams, I think.
Which, I mean, the rich just get richer if they get money for making it, because why would you give a bonus to a team that just made the playoffs? They don't need that money. Like, it's all going to be the top to middle tier anyway.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you can't really reward the lower teams for tanking.
I mean, I would. You think they would want to reward the lower teams?
Yeah,
so they could,
especially the lower market ones.
Yeah, I mean, like Detroit, we're not lower market. We're a higher market team. Obviously, we're in Detroit.
But it seems like it with Chris Ilitch owning them.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all Detroit sports, we're a low market team. Sadly, even though we have one of the biggest, or not biggest cities anymore, but we're one of the bigger cities in the U.S. We're still a low market team when it comes to sports. Not many people want to sign with us and everything. So, which I want to address this. This is a hot take. You haven't heard this.
Okay.
over the past day or so, I've been thinking. I saw, I think it was shared in our Twitter group chat. Um, they showed the football stand or the football who has won the NFC North for the past couple of years in our division, and it's been Green Bay, Minnesota, and the Bears. Obviously,
Are you telling me the Lions are winning it this year?
no. Let me
Okay,
talk.
thank
Let me
you.
talk.
I
Let
was
me
gonna
talk.
say everybody says that every year, then they
Because
end
I'm
up
saying
0-16.
all Detroit teams are going to the championship within the next year or two. Like I said, like I was saying, and like the like the tweet read, it looks like it's due for blue. And I think you can say that for, I mean, 3 out of the 4 major sports in Detroit, except the Red Wings, because they're mainly red and white. But
the tweet was by a Detroit.
I know it was by Detroit Moments. Shout out! I follow you on Twitter, but it's due for blue. It's due for blue. You can't deny that it's due for a Detroit team to make it back to a championship.
I think the Pistons would
How?
if they get LaMelo.
They're not making it past Giannis right now.
Okay, but that's
Giannis is
they
at the
just
top
got to
of
make
his
the
game.
playoffs. You said they got to make the playoffs.
No,
They
I
made
said they have to
playoffs
make the
years ago.
championship.
Oh well.
I
No.
said, and I said,
Yeah, but I don't see the Lions making the Super Bowl either. So
But see, the difference with the NFL is it's literally, it's an any given Sunday type of game. Anybody can win at any point in time, at any, like,
yeah,
because there's a difference. I mean,
I think you just got a
baseball-
little too much dip on your chip there.
No. And because the thing, like baseball, it's strictly who's better. There's no any given Sunday type narrative in baseball. I mean, sometimes
This year the Nationals though,
true,
they were given any given day
true.
beat the 1 and 2 seed.
But the thing in football, and you can even say basketball, you ride momentum. Like you score a touchdown with 2 minutes left in the game, your defense is more than likely is going to play lights out.
Could or just go out and crap their pants.
Yeah, but and then in basketball, you go on, you get a block like James off the backboard.
Blocked by James.
Yeah, blocked by James, and then Kyrie crosses up Curry and leaves him on the ground.
They were in Golden State though for that.
But still, I mean, no, it's the momentum type of thing. LeBron blocked it. Kyrie went down the court, hit it in Curry's eye, left him on the ground. Yeah, bang. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Detroit in all 4 sports in the next 1 to 2 years. I'm giving them two seasons for all 4 sports teams to make it to. I'll change what I said to the championship of their league or the conference championship.
See, I also did this though, like last year or so, maybe 2 years ago when the rebuild started, on my old Twitter that has not been existent for a while for who knows what reason. I had said Tigers Padres World Series 2022.
So I mean that.
But I don't feel as though they're on track with Chris Illich and Al Avila.
Do you think Torkelson, when we draft him, how long do you think it takes him to come up?
Given the current system, I'd say about 8 years.
Okay. Which I mean,
realistically, it should be 1 or 2.
1 or 2.
I would 2 at the most.
I mean,
I get him up next year.
Because I'm wondering, because I feel like Casey Mize has already been in our system for about 3 years.
It feels like it. Again, it's like the whole Zion and Joe Burrow thing. Like he was a Tiger almost a year in advance. So.
but I feel like I felt like he's been in our system for at least 2 years, and then. Who's our good pitchers right now? We got Casey Mize
and Matt Manning.
I feel like he's been there for like 5 years.
He has. I think he was drafted, I want to say 2016 or 17.
And then Riley Green was last year, right? He's outfielder.
My man Bo Burrows never panned out. I think he's still in AAA. I was real high on him. He was a few years ago too.
Aren't those our top 3 like prospects right now?
It goes Mize, Manning, Riley Green, I think, and Scooble's up there. And
obviously Torkelson.
Yeah, Torkelson will break the top 5 maybe. I don't know.
No, he will.
I don't know because
I was reading a stat today that there hasn't been a first baseman picked in the draft since 2000. and it was Adrian or Fist picked first overall in the draft since 2000. And it was Adrian Gonzalez.
Because they're few and far between.
And I did see, which I don't know how to believe this stat, but it was off of an MLB page, an official one, that if Torkelson is drafted first overall, he would be the first right-handed hitter and thrower to be picked first overall in the draft, which was I didn't believe it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it again. But it was just like I stuttered when I saw it because I didn't believe it.
I mean, people are gonna have their own opinion on it. Like, you can find power hitting first baseman anywhere, but like, given the Tiger situation in their system and everything else, needing an impact guy like that, I don't know about that whole right and right thing. I can't think of anybody, but
I can't find it. But I think I'm like 90% sure that's what it said, and I was like dumbfounded. I was like, "There's no way that in the history of the MLB draft, there's never been a right picked first overall."
because I feel like everybody usually wants to take like a top pitcher or like a left-handed power bat. That might be why.
When was Bryce Harper picked?
First.
Is he a lefty?
Left, right.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, because a lot of guys I feel like teach yourself how to hit left hand or how to hit lefty.
And it's mostly pitchers, really, especially the past about 10 years or so. It's been a lot of pitchers first overall.
I mean, maybe that is a true stat then.
Could be.
I saw it on like MLB stats Twitter or whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's a verified page, but
Alright.
yeah, but
I gotta look it up.
You're gonna look at it, yeah, because I don't know. I just found that crazy when I was looking that up. But back to what we were saying about the MLB, they're at a real standstill.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I mean, even the analysts are kind of getting tired of just reporting the same stuff. I know the biggest one, Jeff Passan, we came out of nowhere. I think he took over Ken Rosenthal. I think he passed him as the top MLB analyst.
Yeah, because Ken's on the Athletic and nobody wants to pay for the Athletic, and Jeff Passan's on Twitter. I mean, ESPN.
Didn't
He's on Twitter
Ken
also,
used to
yes.
be on ESPN?
I think so, and MLB Network.
Yeah, because I know Jeff is new to ESPN this year. I don't remember who he was. I don't think he was with anybody last year, but
He's around there, yeah.
around there. Okay. But yeah, I know he got picked up this year. But he said, and I quote, let me pull it up here. He said, "My head hurts. Just play baseball, please." Please was spelled PLZ. So you know that means he's kind of getting sick and tired of doing all the reporting. You find anything?
Yeah, Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez? When was he picked?
I think he was first.
I mean, like what year?
Oh,
In like the 90s, wasn't it?
this was 1993. Pat Burrow was also apparently the first pick, and he was also right, I think. Delman Young, yeah, okay, yeah. Justin Upton, so I don't know what that was all about.
I think it was, because when was Delman Young?
Because Carlos Correa, I forgot all about him. He was 2012.
I don't know. I saw that, and that's why I was like, I don't know if this is fully true, but
MLB stats is crazy. Yeah, the newest, the most recent one was Dansby Swanson, 2015.
yeah, that makes no sense. I don't know. Maybe my eyes were just messing with me, or maybe MLB stats is just broken. But
MLB stats was high.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about the MLB. We talk about them almost every podcast, and I feel like we repeat the same stuff, but that's because the same stuff is just continuing to go on, and we've been at a month standstill with this. Like, neither side is budging, and that's what's scary, in that thinking that there might not be an MLB season because of that.
They gotta have something. If not, then let the prospects play and televise it.
Let Torkelson play right away?
Yeah, if they were setting up the Arizona Fall League, which is still not the fall, and the Florida one, set that up and televise. Everybody would want to watch that anyway, especially the ones with the good farm systems.
I mean, I would watch that. They nationally televise that. I would watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not gonna pay for it, but
you'd probably have you'd probably have to pay for. I mean, you'd probably have to pay them a little bit more.
what,
But
the
like,
prospects?
yeah, but like at the same time, I feel like it's not a ton. It's not like you'd be paying the major league guys.
See, no, because like you said with on Monday, those players are getting $20,000 if they don't get drafted.
Yeah, but I mean, in like for them to be playing right away and everything, like the guys that are already in systems and stuff, I feel like they'd want a little extra money. But like, we're the only ones playing. We're providing the entertainment.
But at the same time, them playing could get them more opportunities.
I was gonna say
and
it
could
also
get them bigger contracts.
it also gets more eyes on them.
The organizations could be like, listen, you play now, you're on the highest stage. No other players are playing. You guys are
Like
playing.
KBO.
What? Yeah, like
Like
KBO.
the KBO.
Yeah, like KBO. You guys are playing. You guys can show off what you're doing. So show off your skills, and maybe you can get a roster spot and a bigger contract with somebody. That's how I feel about that. But I mean, we'll keep talking about the MLB until something happens. And I mean, as of right now, I don't think anything are happening. Unfortunately.
I don't know. I thought last week they were supposed to have everything done, so I don't know what's still going on here
I
and why we keep pressing
I
it
did
along.
see something here. Let me find it. I should have had it up already. MLB. This was like the official statement from their new proposal. MLB has made a proposal to players: 75% purported salaries, 76-game season, playoff pool money, which was the 440 million or whatever I said earlier. No draft pick composition for signing players. Season finishes on on September 27th. Postseason ends at end of October, and then it would significantly move towards players' demands on efforts to play more. So,
If that helps, sure.
which they're basically just trying to fast track the season to make it end at the same time that it normally does.
Like I don't mind watching the postseason in November. I mean, there'll be a new Mr. November, but at the same time, there wouldn't be. Like I don't even care if they got to play them in Arizona or LA or Florida.
I mean, they've already talked about playing them and having Miami be the World Series spot, which I don't mind.
That'd be fun
because they have a nice stadium there. I mean, it would be fun. They have a lot of things they can do down there in Florida, like activities wise.
You know, they do that, and they're playing the World Series in November. They got playoff baseball in Miami, and Mr. November inside of Mr. November's
house
stadium.
Yeah.
And Derek Jeter. Well, it's not really his stadium. He's just the general manager, or like. Oh no, he is the owner. Never mind.
Yeah, he's a majority owner of it now.
So we got Mr. November in the house of the new Mr. November.
That's what I'm saying. It could work.
I like that.
But I mean, that we don't know anything right now. Basically,
should I mess around and get a Derek Jeter Marlins jersey?
Do they sell them?
No, but you can probably customize them.
I mean, might as well. What else do you have to lose? Might as well get it. But I think we're gonna move on to the NBA here. Now the NBA. Let me pull up what I was gonna. They've came out with some important dates here for us. It was basically the start times for when everything was gonna go on during the season, and then at the postseason, basically, which I thought was really interesting because there was a 3-day span between the end of the season, the draft, and then when free agency started.
Yeah, which is cool. Have it all right at once.
I got it.
I saw that it was like around the 12th.
The season ended on the 12th, I think, and then can I not find this here? I think I scrolled up too high. But the season ended on the 12th. Draft was like 15th, and then
I would assume free agency starts 17th or
no,
18th.
free agency started like the 18th. Yeah, it was something crazy like right here. Okay. So training camp starts June 30th. Orlando travel day is July 7th. The season restarts July 31st. Draft lottery is August 25th. I think the last possible season date we already discussed was October 12th. And then the draft starts October 15th. Free agency starts 3 days after that on October 18th, which is
It all works
and
out.
like the amount of Woj is gonna have thumbs after that.
And Shams.
I don't.
Oh, by the way, did you know his name is Shams?
I did not. I thought it was Shams.
I did too, but
Is
Pat said it's Shams.
Has everyone been saying it wrong this whole time?
Apparently, and also I forgot how to pronounce his last name, but I'm gonna stick with Shams. Pat said Shams.
Maybe Pat's wrong.
It could be, but he did talk to him on FaceTime and called him Shams multiple times, and said Shams bomb.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep going with Shams.
Yeah.
But then after that, training camp for the new season would start November 10th, so roughly a month after free agency. And then the opening night for the season would be December 1st.
You have all the hype around it, so why not do it like that?
I would rather see the season pushed back to like Christmas time, but that's just me. Give them more time.
Yeah.
Because you think like, so let's say the teams that make the finals, Lakers and Bucks. That gives them
a few months and they're back at it.
2 months to rest though. I mean, you put that on aging LeBron. Yeah, I mean I understand he's a tank. Like
he did it for 8 years in a row.
No, you've never. But he's had more months than that. Like
yeah, but he'd get done in April. He would take like a month off and he's just right back.
No, but still, he had time to train. He wasn't going game speed.
When was it? It wasn't April, was it? When is it? When they
usually
end? May?
Usually, what? Finals?
Yeah. I don't even remember. They usually. Well, I've been seeing it come up in my memories, so it's like recently. It would.
They usually end like end of May, I think.
Yeah.
But still, that gives he has June, July, August.
But July
September.
They were kind of like starting summer camp and stuff.
He had almost 4 months.
Training.
Now he would have 1.5, roughly.
Yeah, after having 4 months off right now.
But then he's playing a full 82 game season next again.
That at that point you just quiet and just load management.
I guess. I mean, but it's still. I feel like you'd be seeing a lot. I feel like you could see rosters expand in that time, maybe just for next year,
or a few more days off in between games. That's the thing I don't like about the NBA, even though there's only 82 games. Like sometimes it feels like a week in between games.
Yeah, especially like the Pistons. I just feel like I watch a game on Sunday and then there's not a game till Friday, and it's sad. I mean, watching the Pistons is sad enough half the time, but like not being able to watch them for a week is even sadder.
They played the Cavs 3 times a week every time anyway.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, but I feel like you'll be seeing either like I said, rosters expand, or not seeing like the people who make it far in the playoffs play as much next year.
Probably. It'll show who's really ready and stays in shape and everything, ready to go.
I mean, we hope that we're having some of the best basketball we've ever seen when the season comes back. I feel you'll see it'll just be amazing. And then another thing for when the playoffs come back is, I forget the date they came out with, but that you are going to be able to sign players again. The transaction window is going to open it's only opening for like 2 weeks, I think. But non-Orlando teams, so like non-teams that aren't going down to Orlando, are going to be able to pick up players still, just like normal.
What?
Just to steal, just
a giggle.
Yeah, just a giggle. Yeah, basically.
I mean, but then again, the players don't have to sign with them.
But I mean, players still will, because these teams will offer them decent contracts, and most of these contracts are guaranteed.
Yeah, but like you got the Knicks out here offering a contract for no reason, and
Knicks can't. It's Charlotte has 2 roster spots. Cleveland has 2 roster spots. Golden State has 2 roster spots. Detroit has 1, and Minnesota has 1.
Okay, the Warriors might get somebody, but at the same time, you can just wait till free agency and get somebody better. But
I feel like the Warriors could get a young guy that people are sleeping on that possibly they've scouted pretty well.
But you have like the Cavs, they offer somebody a contract, and then like the Nuggets offer that same person. You're going to the Nuggets over the Cavs, so why even make that a thing?
I don't know, because like last year, they pointed out that a non-playoff team, the Heat, in the last week of the season signed Duncan Robinson and Kendrick Nunn, which became pivotal pieces to their playoff run this year. And they signed them in the last week of the season.
Wasn't Kendrick Nunn in the draft this year?
No.
Oh.
He's counted as a rookie because he didn't play last year.
Okay.
So, same as Duncan Robinson, I think. No, he was a two-way player, so he played last year. But Kendrick Nunn did not play. He was an undrafted. He played in the G League all year. And then they signed him last week this season, but he didn't play at all. So, he counted as a rookie this year.
Caruso did the same thing last year.
Yeah, so
Caruso made himself a legend just in 10 games.
Yeah, you have these players that, I mean, obviously they're not going to be able to prove themselves in the last 10 games because there's not going to be 10 games for them. But you throw them in I would hope they would have preseason games next year or something, or at the beginning.
I would think something like a summer league or something, at least a week long.
Yeah, or you could see them playing for these stars that are going to sit. That's why I'm saying I think they should expand rosters to 18.
They could. Well, I don't. Maybe 15 or 16. 18 seems like a lot.
15 is already the roster. No.
It's 13 right now.
13, but they can have 15 on the official roster. 2 just have to not be dressed.
Yeah. So I think if you can let them dress, that'll make a big difference.
So if you can expand it to 17 can be on the team, 2 have to sit, and then because then that means you can have 3. You can have basically 3 squads.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that I like that better, kind of. I feel like they should do that.
You wanna? Oh, you can finish what you were gonna say.
Well, you can go ahead.
No, it was gonna be totally off subject.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if you wanted to go to your favorite topic now.
Oh yes,
we can. Been waiting for.
We can go to what we talked about here at the beginning. So, for the past 2 weeks, I've been going to my friend's wiffle ball league.
What's the name of that league?
It's called the.
I know what it is. I just don't know how to say it. I've been wondering this whole time.
It's called Hohlbein Wiffle Ball League.
Okay, so I don't know why I didn't know how to say it then.
And it's a thing that's been around since about 2013. That's their first season. And I personally never knew about this until this year.
I'd heard about it. I just didn't know they were just this big into it.
It's a full-on league. It's 14 teams, 7 players per team. They play 2 nights a week, usually Friday and Saturday. And it's a full-on league. They have a whole field. I don't know. I think we could probably throw a picture up there. I think. You think?
Yeah, if we can get one.
Yeah, we can throw a picture up there. We can find one. But it's called the Field of Dreams. It's just in their backyard. And my friends were playing at it, I went to their first game just because I wanted to see it. And if I would have been known in time, I probably would have played. But this year I'm taking the let's say injury year off, still recovering. Yeah. So I'm just manager / coach / like we said earlier, social media manager. I run the social media page for them. Well, I don't run it. I type up something so then they can post it because they don't want to give me their information.
They don't have the brain power to do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been going to every game and it's honestly fun.
I'm actually if you go again this week, I may be going on Saturday when they play the powerhouse team.
Yeah, they play D's Whiffs and what was the other team they play? They play D's Whiffs and Whifflers in training. But yeah, personally, my favorite team is the Peckers. That's the team my friends are on, and I mean it's really interesting how they do it. They're 2-2 right now, but
they're a new team.
Yeah, they're a new team. They're a full rookie team. They only have 6 players on their team because I know a couple guys quit at the very beginning, so they just had to pull who they could. But it's a really interesting league, and I just like the concept of it. And up until yesterday, I didn't know that some of the guys that are part of the league did a podcast for it. But I'm saying this now, if you guys want to talk somehow, and maybe we could get on that podcast and talk, because I was looking at the stats and everything because I didn't know where the stats were going to be if you guys were posting them on the official Instagram page, because they post a lot on that Instagram page. Say that too. I see them post all the time. but I got the link for like all the official stuff and everything from somebody. And where are the stats at?
If you said these games are streamed on Facebook, it might be worth.
Yeah, no, they're streamed on the Hohlbein Wiffle Ball League Facebook. I mean, that's where I pulled the clips for Brendan's game from.
I was wondering. I had seen that clip, and I wondered where it came from.
Yeah, but they keep detailed stats. Like they have someone keeping stats the whole time. That, like I said, they're live streaming the game. They got someone keeping track of the speed, how fast the ball goes, because there's a rule if it goes over 60 miles per hour, it's an automatic ball.
Yeah, if we ever talk to them or something, we can discuss their various rules and stuff, because I know they play it differently.
Oh yeah, because they got a lot of rules, and like you have 5 balls. I know. You gotta call out if you're tagging. There's a lot of different rules, but it's just very interesting. And like I said, I got the stats here because right now the Packers, they probably have the Cy Young, I would say, and Brendan Wood.
I'd say Brendan.
Yeah, they have the Cy Young. He's pitched in the 2 weekends he's pitched lights out. His game on Saturday, their first game of the night, he pitched 6 perfect innings. Not perfect, 6 shutout innings, but he was pitching some heat.
It's that banana bat that they use. That's why.
No, that's the other thing, because they've been practicing, and at first they were practicing like a bigger like wiffle ball bat, and then they got there because they practiced the first weekend they were practicing before they went to the game, and then they got there and they saw the bat. They were like, "How are we supposed to hit with this?" they were so shook, like they did not know what to do.
It's like hitting with a stick.
Oh no, it was probably smaller than a stick at some point in time, at some time. But like I was saying here, I got the stats. And I mean, these are pretty detailed stats. I'll let you take a look at them here. The Packers are in the West, but I like the concept of it, and the fact that they've been doing it for 7 years and they've been able to go 7 years strong is really that's really impressive, because I mean, that's hard to get consistent 14-team leagues with 7 people roughly. I mean, some teams don't have full teams, but that's pretty impressive to get that.
What did you say their overall record was?
2-2. They're 1-1 on each weekend.
Surprised they put up wins. They're at the bottom of every category.
Well, see, the thing is they
walks,
they
they're
can't.
Number 1.
Yeah, no walks, because oh my God, they let every ball go by basically.
A 197 batting average as a team.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to address. I think I addressed it in the social media posts, because the team knows, and me as the coach knows, they are not good at hitting.
Dead last slugging.
That's the one thing they don't know how to do is hitting, and like we discussed just a second ago, the bat, that they're having struggles with the bat.
They're middle of the road in the pitching category, and hits given up and home runs.
I mean, they're good at pitching. They got Royce Ollinger and then Brendan Wood. Those are their probably top 2 pitchers, along with Devin Roberts.
They walk a lot of guys.
Yeah. Where are their walks at?
23.
Yeah.
They're
but
fifth.
they also get a lot of walks, which they won their first game on Saturday this past weekend. They won 1-0, which from what I've heard is unprecedented in this league, because this league is notorious for like a lot of run games.
I want to point out the hula hitters.
Mm-hmm.
How are they not top in every category?
They're undefeated.
How are they not top in every pitching category? They're pulling up with a .50 ERA. What?
They're undefeated right now.
And Brendan's team got a .575. What is happening here?
The hula hitters are undefeated right now. They're one of the best teams in the league. I was listening to the podcast the other day, and they were saying how they actually don't have the hula hitters. They have them ranked like 5 in the power rankings because they've
been slept on.
No, I believe they're a newer team, and they don't the guys that make the power rankings, they don't really believe in them because
I'm assuming so. Yeah, they're sleeping on them.
Yeah, the thing about the Packers is that they don't have a good bat on them. They have good defense. I'll say that. They've made a lot of good plays. I know they're
game-winning triple play.
Yeah, I know. I sent that video to Mort when they first when they won their first game. They won on
he was screaming.
They won on a game-winning triple play. I was gonna say we could try to find the clip because I know they posted it on the league posted on the Instagram of us celebrating, but it was the first game that they'd won. They're rookies. All of them haven't played in this before, so I mean, it's pretty interesting, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think we can really leave it at that.
Yeah, because yeah, we've gone on a little long this episode, but I mean, we got to for the Wiffle Ball League.
Mostly, yes.
So, I think the last thing we have to say, I'll let Mort say it actually, because he was able to get this together.
We just wanna thank Bronny James for being a big supporter of the channel and our show.
Yeah, so I think
We can't wait to see him in the league.
yeah, that's all from us. Can't wait to see you guys next weekend or next week, not next weekend. Next week for A&M and for the Buds podcast on Friday, and we'll let Bronny take it away.
Shout out Andrew and more, bro.